Transhumanism, the final frontier, or the final prison? Does it represent humanity reaching its greatest potential or facing its greatest threat? Over the last century, the people of Earth have continuously become more disconnected, both from each other and from their surroundings. And by means of a government-controlled education system, the overall IQ of humanity has degraded significantly. And this has been a quite deliberate action. But in our eagerness to embrace technology, one of the most significant problems we are facing is that if one steps back and looks a little deeper at the system we are living within, it becomes glaringly apparent that what this system is in the process of doing is seeing to the removal of virtually everything that makes humanity human, to then usher in a new era, the age of the transhuman.
Anybody who is going to be resisting this progress forward is going to be resisting evolution. And fundamentally, they will die out.
Transhumanism is the high-tech dream of both the ruling elite and of numerous modern scientists, many of whom are so locked into a left-brain mentality that they see the merging of man with machine as nothing short of inevitable. And due to the lack of any real connection to reality that many people feel in the 21st century, in modern times there are a large number of average people who are actually eager to embrace the idea.
And we see kids by the millions going to their doctors and their pastors nowadays saying, I don't feel anything, I don't feel human. And that's a perfect sign of the fact that individuals are no longer even able to identify with the human species anymore, because we're already in the midst of the species splitting in two, and those being still human and those others being post-human.
As attractive as the concept of simply linking your consciousness up to a mainframe and going online may be to some, human beings are complex and emotional creatures. It's what makes them human. And so the question must be asked, is this evolution? Is this what life is really about? Is this truly where humanity is destined to go? What is a human being? What makes it possible for a biological organism that is around 85% water to function as a sentient life form? Why do human beings experience reality in the manner that they do? And what effect may it have upon human beings if they were to enhance themselves with technology?
There is a very, very dark side and an occult side to transhumanism. But I believe that everybody should be able to recognize that if you look at it for what it is, transhumanism represents mankind's desire to escape the human condition. I also personally believe that transhumanism is the religion of the atheists. Much is about upgrades, physically or intellectually, but if you listen to the transhumanists, they say that eventually you'll be able to upload your soul or consciousness to a computer. And at that stage you will basically be able to decide how you would like to live, how long you would like to live, but also the rules that would be surrounding you. Transhumanism is related to technological utopianism, a futuristic science fiction world, a belief that science and technology will shape things for the better, eventually leading to a utopia. It's an updated version of an old religion, an idea of a new heaven. If you're good, if you believe in Jesus, Allah, Vishnu, or Buddha, whoever, you will come to heaven. But much in the same way, if you believe now in science and technology, you are all going to reap the benefits of a new heaven that is going to be created right here on Earth.
We are on a quest to better ourselves, evolving toward a state of perfection.
Everything that is experienced by a human being is interpreted by the brain as an electromagnetic impulse. Whether it be sight, or sound, or touch, or taste, or smell. All perception of these senses are merely electromagnetic signals interpreted by the brain. It can therefore be clearly seen that the human body is in fact an extremely advanced biological computer. And so the real question then becomes, what are the real implications and the real dangers of such a digitally controlled world? And ultimately, why? Why would humanity ever seek to blend something as complex, as highly advanced and as miraculous as the human body computer with something as inorganic and limiting as a machine that has the very real potential of being controlled by an outside source?
It's not a matter of whether it's good or bad. It's going to happen.
Basically, every 2 years, we can put twice as many components on a chip. And because they're closer together, they run faster. And so computers get twice as capable overall for the same price every year. We'll make another billion-fold increase in price performance in the next 25 years. And again, shrink the size of these technologies 100,000-fold. So we went from a building to something that fits in your pocket in 40 years. In the next 25 years, we'll go from something that fits in your pocket to something that's the size of a blood cell.
I believe fully there will be flash memories you can plug into your brain. We'll be able to hook our brains into calculators and statistics programs and have Google directly into the frontal lobes. I mean, there's going to be a lot of expansion of the mind through interfacing the human brain with technology.
I see as a person, I'm human, and I'm really limited and restricted in what I do. So if I could come out of the singularity, being mentally and physically upgraded, yeah, I'd go for that. So I don't mind changing dramatically from what I am.
Everything that characterizes what's human and what you know and all your experiences could be uploaded into the internet and run on a computer.
In here we can be anything we want to be. I'll see you on the inside.
When you are completely identified with your ego, which is a fiction that we choose to believe in, then that's the same as believing in the constructs of a computer to be what you are.
This universe is mine. I am God here.
The ego is just different cycles and programs of energy running in circles without any purpose to it other than just instant gratification. And that's post-humanity, and we're already in the thick of it.
What we have in modern times is a species with only 3% of active DNA, indoctrinated into using only one side of their brain, that exists in a debt-based society in which every single person within it is required to pay to live in what is essentially temporary accommodation, as our modern consumerist-based societies build very little that is actually designed to last. Whether they are truly aware of it or not, modern human beings live their entire adult lives in a largely unnoticed system of slavery, and this can easily be seen when one truly absorbs the implications of paper being more important than people. And now imagine this taken one step further, and having each person locked into a digital world in which it would be an easy task to permanently lock human consciousness into a completely false reality, enslaved into a state of permanent debt forever. And if you question your captors or refuse to work, if you decide you would be better off free, then what then? Transhumanism may well be presented to the world as a method of improving mankind. Yet the question must be asked, in a corporate-controlled world, exactly what constitutes an improvement? Because looking at things from a commercial and corporate perspective, what may be seen as an improvement to one class may in fact be severely detrimental to another.
The field of synthetic biology is a new frontier of science. Using nanotechnology, its goals are to improve and transcend the limits of nature. Human enhancement is being sold to us as leaping tall buildings in a single bound and having better, faster, higher intelligence, perfect health. But all of that is the sales pitch. Enhancement may in fact be degradation, our being devolved to someone else's specifications. For instance, a specimen that can work 18 hours a day, a specimen that is sterile, that will never have the responsibility of caring for others, a specimen that is even-tempered, with a narrow, predictable range of expression. All this is enhanced, improved.
We approach two paths. One is based on becoming divine by expanding our consciousness. The other path is focused on becoming God in a materialistic way using technology. I believe both will become reality, revealing the soul of the decider. We should choose carefully.